Welcome to Gaming Grotz. Today we are battling it out on this winter wasteland. Today we are playing Tectonic Interference, and we've got 3 objectives to fight over in the middle. We've got one tucked in behind the ruins over here. We've got one nice front and center in the middle here, right by this big open ruin, and then one off to the right here on the far side here. So starting kind of Dawn of War style deployment, both of our armies will get deployed here, and we'll first take a look at our armies. Alright, today for Mega-gargants we're playing a Breaker tribe with 2 Gatebreaker Gargants, 1 Man Crusher, and Kragnos. So on my Gatebreaker General, he has the Enchanted Portcullis, giving him a 6-up ward, helping him be a little bit more resilient. And then for his command trait, he's got Monstrously Tough, which gets him all the way up to 40 wounds. So again, he just becomes a really big pain in the butt to get rid of. Secondly, on my second Gatebreaker, I have the Ethereal Amulet, getting a 2nd artifact from my Bosses of the Stomp battalion. And then lastly, we have the Man Crusher finishing off for my 3rd battle line. And then the Mighty Kragnos, God of Destruction, to help lead my Mega-gargants here, giving them that awesome ability now to charge 3d6 if they're wholly within 12 inches of him. So that's going to be really powerful to help get those Mega-gargants in where I need them.
Hey everybody, today I am bringing my Tzeentch army. I've played quite a bit of them, but not so much this edition, so I'm looking forward to kind of try out some more spells. Today I'm going to be running Host Duplicis, which gives me a couple of really cool things. So my first ability is enemy units within 3 inches of them cannot retreat. So I'm going to be trying to kind of lock up the Gargants with my Pink Horrors and Screamers, while my other guys can just cast, score objectives, that kind of thing. The command ability is called Impossible to Anticipate, and it lets me bring a Pink Horror unit back on a 5+. Unfortunately, I can only use this once. If I roll the 5+, I can't try again. My command trait for Host Duplicis is Will of the Phantom Lord. So this gives me reroll casting rolls and unbinding rolls for friendly demon wizards. It will be on my Warlord, who is the Orgrid Thaumaturge. And then I also have the Artifact of Power that is Host Duplicis, which is the brand of the Split Demon. That is also on my Warlord, the Orbiturge. So now let's go over that. So I've got 2 battalions. First I have the Battle Regiment with my General, the Orbiturge Thaumaturge. He's got Infusion Arcanum and Flaming Weapon. So Infusion Arcanum is the one that gives him, I think, a +1 attack, and then Flaming Weapon just gives him more damage. So I'm going to be kind of making him a beat stick. I do want to keep him alive because he does give me my rerolls, so he's probably one of my key pieces. Next, we're going to go to the Changeling. I've decided to bring him because I like his special abilities. So in the enemy hero phase, I can pick enemy unit within 9, and I can subtract 1 from hit rolls and half their move characteristics. So I can tag a giant Gargant with one of those. That might kind of give me a little bit more of an edge. He does have 2 spells. But he doesn't have his own War Scroll spells. So the spells I gave him was Unchecked Mutation and Arcane Transformation. So next we'll go to my Command Entourage, which has Kairos, the big bad boy. And he's got Bolt of Tzeentch and Tzeentch Firestorm. So he's kind of my big damage dealer. The cool thing about him is he can match his highest roll for his casting to make him almost guarantee a spell cast. He also gains everybody's spells around him, so he's kind of my main wizard. Up next, following him in the Command Entourage, is the Change Caster. He's just kind of a caster to bring. I needed an extra one to get some more damage spells. So I've given him Full Reality, which lets me bring demons back. If I roll a 1, they disappear. He also has Flaming Weapon as a backup in case I want to steal it for Kairos. And then the other character in that Command Entourage is the Great Bry Shaman. He's got some pretty spicy stuff. For his spells that I gave him Ghost Mist and Levitate, but the cool spell that he has is called Devolve. What this does is anything with 18, I can target it and make them walk 2d6 towards him. This is kind of going to help me pull stuff off objectives if I need to, and then put my pinks into place to try and steal them. Also part of the battle arrangement is the 3 units of Pink Horrors. So I've got 3 units of 10 and then 2 units of 3 Screamers. I've also decided to bring Cogs to get Kairos up to 4 casts.
Here we are after deployment. Got the Mega-gargants deployed on the line here. Kragnos all on the left side for me. My Man Crusher bringing it up on the right. On the other side, we've got the horrors all down the center. Nice protection line with screamers on both ends. And then the hero collaboration going on just in the ruins back here. Alright. So my grand strategy for today was Beastmaster, so as long as one of my monsters is alive at the end, I complete my grand strategy. And Jesse, yours is...
So I went for Prize Sorcery. Makes a little bit of sense, I think, considering I'm playing Tzeentch, but yeah.
No, obviously. Alright, and Jesse, we both were a 4-drop, and Jesse won the roll-off to determine attacker and defender. And tell everyone who you gave priority
So
to.
I decided to give the priority to the Gargants. There's just no reason for me to take really first turn. I get risk getting double turned. Nothing's in range to cast spells. The only plus side to going first for me would be I'd be able to cast Ghost Mist on this to protect my characters a little bit more from his rocks. Unfortunately, I think that's not really worth it. So I'm just going to give him first, and hopefully they don't make some first turn charges.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're going to have to be a little aggressive against the Tzeentch here. Hopefully we can push up. And with that 3d6 charge from Kragnos, get in there really quick this first turn. Being Tectonic Interference again, we rolled to see which objective was the alpha. And of course, it is the one tucked in behind the ruins here that I am not deployed near, so that is not a great start for me here. Just so everyone is aware, just for accounting of the newer table size, this just over here is our little dead man zone, so this isn't actually in play for game's sake. All right. My first battle tactic for my first turn is going to be aggressive expansion. So I'm going to try and take the 2 objectives kind of on my right and middle flank here. And we'll get back to you after Mega-gargants movement phase. Real quick, we're going to do our hero actions. So my Mega-gargant general is going to try and get an extra command point on a 4+. He gets that extra CP.
I'm going to be trying to get one on Kairos.
All right.
He gets an extra CP.
Awesome. All right. So we will kick it off with Mega-gargants turn 1 movement phase. Okay, so into Mega-gargants turn 1 movement phase. Kragnos moving up hard through the center. Gatebreaker's coming in on the right flank hard. And then I've got my Man Crusher Gargant just kind of towing this objective on the right here, just making sure he sits back, but he's still within range to throw some rocks here at Jesse's pink quarters. And with that, we are going to throw some rocks into Jesse's pink horrors here on the right flank, just outside of reach to get at any of his heroes there, especially after his changeling does his little disappearing act and gets to appear later in Jesse's first turn movement phase. All right, so we're going to start with our 2 Gatebreakers, going to do them at the same time here, into the unit of pink horrors on Jesse's right here. So I'm going to roll that, looking for 3s. We got 2 hits, and then we're looking for 2s. We got 2 wounds, and those are going to be Ren 3 straight through, and those are going to be 4 damage apiece.
Cool.
So that's going to get 8 of those pinks out of the way. All right. As Jesse moves those, and now he's got to place the infamous blue horror split and split again. We are going to roll to see how many rocks our Man Crusher Gargant gets here. So he gets D3 rocks. Whoa. So he's going to get 1 rock. He hits on a 4, and he's going to miss.
I like that.
All right. That's going to be it for Mega-gargants shooting phase. Time to get into some charges. Making sure when I was in my movement phase to keep both my Gatebreaker Mega-gargants wholly within 12, just on the edge of Kragnos' base here, so they get the 3d6 charge. So they're both going to go ahead, and we're going to try and get into those pink horrors on the right there. So I'm going to start with my general with a 3d6 charge. So he's going to get a mighty 13.
I think that's
He is definitely going to get in there, but that's not enough to get over, which is fine for us. All right, and then the Gatebreaker on the right, he's going to go another mighty 12, which is
definitely
more than enough. I think it was an 8-inch charge for him. So here he goes. All right, let's get those guys in there. Both Gatebreakers getting in nice and cozy with these pinks here. And we're going to see how many mortal wounds they can do on both of their impact hits here. So I'm just going to roll them both at the same time here, because they're both going to go into the same unit here. So both of them looking for 2+. Both of them are going to hit. And since they're not monsters, these are both going to go off for D6 mortal wounds. Oh, so we got 7 mortal wounds going into those pinks. Alright. And then we are going to get into some monstrous rampages just after Jesse gets those blue horrors set up. Alright, now that we got the split and split again taken care of, we're going to do some monstrous rampages. So we're also going to stomp these guys one more time on a 2+. That goes off for D3. Just 1 mortal wound, and I'll stand that terrain back up.
Another blue down.
Perfect. And then I guess for our second monstrous rampage, we're going to roar on a 3+, and that doesn't go off. Alright, so we're going to start with my general, and we're going to use his command point for all-out attack on him, so he's going to be hitting on 3s with his big Forta Crusher flail. Alright, so we'll see what we can do here against these things. Looking for 3s, it's pretty good. We got 4 misses. And then
It's gonna hurt.
mooning on 3s. Only 3 get through. So that is going to be 9 damage so far.
Cool.
We're going to do the Death Grip, so we get 1 attack. Look for a 3+, goes off, and then look for a 2+. Oh, of course we got a 1. Alright, then we're going to get our 2 Mighty Stomps in. Looking for 2s, those both hit. And then wounding on 3s. Those both wound, and those are going to be -2 going straight through. And those are both D3 damage.
Ooh,
And those are going to be 6 more damage. So that's going to be a pretty good first round for my Mega-gargant general there. Now we're going to see, after we do some split and split again, what these brimstones get to do to punch back. Alright, and after split and split again, we got a lot of angry brimstones surrounding my general there. They're going to try and get some revenge for their pink and blue brothers.
I also am going to use all-out attack. Might as well just use it, try and get some wounds on this guy.
Perfect, alright, let's see what the brims can do.
So looking for 3s and 4s. So I got to roll this twice actually, -2. Just don't have enough dice here. Alright.
First
wound.
batch to wound.
There you are.
We got 6 so far.
You just roll.
Alright. First batch. We're going to stop 4 with our armor, and then 6 upward. That's kind of... Oh, so he's going to take 2 wounds so far.
Cool. And then I'll re-roll these again to get 2 there. Next batch, same thing, looking for 3s. That's pretty good. And then wounding on 4s here. There we go.
Alright, that's a lot better this time.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do. 4 ups. Ooh. Only 2 fails. And then 6 up. So he's going to take 4 wounds total. Revenge into my general there. But now my second Gatebreaker is going to get to pile in there and
Probably clobber them.
hopefully finish off these brims. Now that they're down to brims, they will suffer battle shock. So if he gets through a good chunk of these, they're probably going to be saying goodbye, unless Jesse uses a command point here. Alright, so we'll get started with the flail. Can't use all-out attack because my general already used it. So hitting on 4s with the flail. It's only going to be 4 hits. And then 3s. So 2 wounds. Going straight through.
Yep.
Going to kill 6 brims so far. And then we're going to try 2 Mighty Stomps. 1 hit. Would get to reroll if it was a 1 because they're infantry. And then a 3+ to wound. So that's going to be D3 wounds for 2 more brims. And then lastly, we got the big Death Grip. That hits. And 2+ wounds. And that's going to go straight through for D6 damage. So that's going to be 4 more brims.
Perfect.
And I will learn to not knock this guy. Alright, so got through those horrors pretty well. Are you going to spend a CP for Battle Shock?
Yeah.
I figured so. 'Cause then those brims are going to get to tie me up, and we will be kind of stuck in combat there. Alright. So at the end of Mega-gargants turn 1, I am going to secure both of the 2 beta objectives, the one in the middle and the one on my right flank here. I am not going to get the alpha on the far side there, just because I've kind of committed everything to this right flank here to try and crush one of these units of horrors. And I am also going to get my battle tactic for aggressive expansion, getting 2 objectives not wholly within my territory. So I'm going to get 4 victory points to start, and we are going to go into Tzeentch, turn 1.
Alright, so for my battle tactic, I decided to go with Ferocious Advance. I'm going to be doing it with my characters here. I kind of wanted to try and get Kragnos off that objective, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I also thought about maybe trying to kill his Warlord right away, but I just don't think I have the damage to do that, so I'm going to pick the safe one for now. For my hero action, I'm going to be trying to get a command point onto Kairos. He gets it.
Perfect. I'm going to use the free 1 attempt to unbind one of these many Tzeentch spells here with my general, so he's close to all of Jesse's casters here. Alright, let's get into some Tzeentch casting.
Yeah, I'd probably stop it there, though. Going to the Psychic, we're going to start with Kairos. He's just going to start unloading onto his general there. So we're going to start with his signature spell, Gift of Change. So I need a warp charge of 8. It doesn't go off, but I can change that 4 to match it. That is the just 6 mortal wounds if you want to try to deny that one.
Yeah, that's going to be our 1 free attempt to unbind, so we'll try that. And we
goes unbind.
Unbind with an
Tzeentch.
11.
Nice.
Perfect.
Alright, so his next spell is going to be Bolt of Tzeentch, warp charge 7, just does D3 mortal wounds, goes off on the 10.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm going to unbind, so
I'll just take the 5 from my Tzeentch pool.
perfect. And that's going to be 3 mortal wounds.
5 mortal wounds.
Oh, 5. And 5 mortal wounds.
Alright, now the big boy spell, Tzeentch Firestorm. I need a warp charge 9 though.
That's a fail.
That's not going to do it. And then I will also attempt to cast Cogs with Kairos as well.
Perfect.
Doesn't go off actually.
Whoa.
It's alright. So now we'll go to the Great Rye Shaman. We're going to try and devolve Kragnos, even though he's probably going to ignore it.
Gotta try.
So this one is Warp Charge 7, I believe.
Goes off with a 7.
Yep.
So Kragnos with his shield just gets a flat 3d6, trying to unbind any kind of spell that can affect him. So if I roll higher or equal to or higher than the warp value, it might be higher. We'll double check that. But we're going to roll it first.
It doesn't matter.
Definitely stops it with a 10 there. So Kragnos is unaffected by Devolve.
Alright, next we're going to go to our Urgaturge Thaumaturge. And the first spell he's going to try is Unchecked Mutation. Infusion Arcanum. So it goes off. That gives him... It's a casting value of 5. Gives him +1 to hit and wound rolls for his attacks. Only in melee, though.
Nice.
He will also attempt to cast Flaming Weapon.
Uh-oh, here he goes.
No.
And somehow still fails on the 4, unfortunately.
Alright. And the next one is the Change Caster. So he's got Full Reality. So we're actually going to try and bring back some pinks.
A risky one.
Yeah, risky. Does go off. If I roll a 1, they all just die.
So 4 pink horrors are going to come back
I
to
believe
join
it's only
the
2
rounds. So just 2 pinks?
Yeah, I think it's D3.
Oh, okay. So D3 pinks are coming back.
Oh, no, you're right. 4!
It is D6,
Baby.
yeah, so it is 4 pinks.
We're happy. And then he'll also try and cast his Pink Fire Tzeentch, which is a warp chart, or 9.
Nope.
Perils.
Perils, and he's going to take D3 mortal wounds. Reroll. Takes
2.
1 mortal wound.
Alright.
Comes crashing down.
Yeah, 1 mortal wound. And that, I believe, will be all my spell casting.
Perfect.
Alright, so my Changeling showed up there. We're going to try and contest this objective with the Screamers and the Changeling. If they can, it's going to force one of these guys to go back and help, which is pretty good. Luckily, I did get some more pinks here in the psychic phase, so I'm going to be trying to keep these guys basically locked up, just slinging spells, slowing them down. I brought up these pink cores to try and block off Kragnos a little bit. I don't think I'm going to be able to deal with that middle objective at all, literally, unless they start splitting. I got my Ferocious Advance with my characters back there. They're kind of just trying to run away from the Gargants, trying to keep my distance, keep my screens kind of blocking as much as I can. This unit here, I wanted to advance them a little bit more forward to get like a double screen going, but it's not quite enough. I hopefully get like a nice cheeky redeploy if he gets in a little bit close. Got the Bry Shaman here just being protected, and then I brought my other Screamers just to grab this objective there.
Awesome. So at the end of turn 1 Tzeentch movement, we are getting ready to retaliate against the Mega-gargants. Let's get into Tzeentch turn 1 shooting. Alright, so just these one unit of pinks. Going to be shooting into my general here, point blank, looking for 5s.
Just kind of pick up the 5s here.
Back, a couple of hits.
And
4s. One. Mighty wound. Will this wound get through? Let's get this out of the way here. No, we stopped that. Alright.
Shooting phase over.
Is it for shooting? Does Kairos have a shooting attack?
No, he doesn't. That's only Lord's change.
Alright. Okay, so going into Tzeentch charge phase. I guess the only charges are probably potentially over here against the Man Crusher.
Yeah, so we're gonna go with the Screamers first.
Screamers first? Alright. So 8. That is definitely going to be enough to get them in there and leave a lot of room for the Changeling to do his mighty charge.
And then the Changeling
gets in there with a 5.
I'll take it.
Alright.
That's about the extent of my charging.
Alright, yeah, because Pink's over here holding down the right side, but they're also going to be securing Jesse the alpha objective there, so making sure he gets 2 points for that, and then just screening those heroes nice and well. Alright, so I guess I'm the only one with monsters, so I'll get some monstrous rampages real quick. My Man Crusher is going to try and stomp the Screamers. Whoop, so gets a 2+, and does 2 mortal wounds to the Screamers. And then my other 2 Man Crushers, I guess I can't Tectonic duel, so we will roar at the pinks, and we have roared the pinks.
Cool.
Alright, so who is starting?
So we're going to start with the Changeling. He's got 3 attacks hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, -1 rand, D3 damage. I am going to use all-out attack because why not? So hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s.
All hit.
2 wounds, -1 rend.
-1 rend, so that's going to go put us to a 6-up. Those are both going to go through.
So D3 each.
So that's going to be 5 damage so far to our Man Crusher. And that's it for...
That's it for him.
Alright. I guess we're probably going to go with the Man Crusher against the Screamers because we're not too worried about the pink scratching at my general over there.
I think that makes sense.
So let's get ready to do the Man Crusher here. Alright, so Man Crusher's just going to pile in a little. And then after he gets to pile in, he gets to do is stuff him in bag. So since those Screamers are 3 wounds on a 6, I can stuff one in my bag. I do not stuff one in my bag.
I will be using all-out defense on the Screamers as well.
Makes sense. And I will be using all-out attack. Because my general is wholly within 18 of my Man Crusher, so I can issue out some orders to him because he, unfortunately, cannot issue them to himself. Alright, we're going to start with the club hitting on 2s. Looks really good. 9 hits.
Nice.
And wounding on 3s. 4 wounds, -1 so far.
Alright, so just back up to their 5+. So 3 go through.
3 go through, just for 1 damage each.
It's going to
kills
finish one off and then deal 1 damage.
Do the 1 wound over. And then we're going to do the massive headbutt. Looking for a 3+. Ooh, this is a good one. 3+. Keep it on the table. 3+, and that is -3, so that goes straight through for 4 damage. And that'll kill a second Screamer and leave one with 1 wound left. Can we get it with the Mighty Kick? That hits. And wounds on 3+. That wounds, and it is -2. So they're looking for a 6-up.
No.
Goes through, would be D3 damage, but he's only got 1 wound left, so that will finish off the Screamers.
Nice job.
Way to go, Man Crusher. Alright, now we're going to get into the Horrors, striking at my general here. Let's see what they can do.
Number 4s. Roll that one there. Alright.
Kind of okay. Not so much? Okay, I lied. Not so good. And then
not so bad.
So, going to get 4 wounds. He's going to suck 2 of those. And then 6-up. So he's going to take 2 more.
Slowly chipping him.
And he's going to have 6 wounds on him. Alright, so then it is going to be time for the Gatebreakers to swing back. Alright, we're going to start with my general, and he's going to use all-out attack because we're about to lose all of the rest of our CP anyways. So starting with 10 attacks with the flail, hitting on 3s. Horrors aren't wizards anymore, so I don't get my bonus from my Fierce Lowling. Wounding on 3s. It's going to be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 damage going through. So then we have to go through the pinks again.
So we
Well, we'll just roll all the damage.
Yeah,
And we'll worry about split again there. So then we got 2 kicks, hitting on 2s because of all out. Both through on -2. So that's going to be another 4 damage. So we're at 19 so far. And then Death Grip. Reroll. Hits. Doesn't wound. Okay, so 19 damage there. And then we'll quickly double check split and split again here. Alright, I guess before we do split and split again, we'll just make sure, see if the second Mega-gargant, which he should easily enough, finish off these brims. Going with the flail. Get 7 hits.
Oh yeah.
And that's the rest of the brims there.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
I'm going to be using my Host Duplicit command ability. So on a 5+, I can bring back the unit of pink horrors. No.
They do not come back. Whew, thank goodness. It's already enough pink horrors for my
Making
Megas to
sweat.
deal with. Alright, so at the end of turn 1 for Tzeentch, they have not taken this one from me, but wasn't their battle tactic, so it's not the most important for them this turn. They do get their battle tactic of Ferocious Advance. Jesse ran his 3 heroes over here, kind of redeploying to the right. And then he also has the Alpha objective, so he will also get 4 points this turn, tying it up to 4 points for the Mega-gargants, 4 points for Disciples of Tzeentch. Alright, so the big roll-off.
Big roll-off.
For priority. Let's see what...
Woo!
So Disciples have choice, and
I will be taking it. I
Yeah.
think if you did take it, we were just talking, you probably would have just clobbered Kairos in my head.
Now that the Horrors weren't holding these guys up anymore, these 2 Gargants would have been able to push around and kind of get at his heroes right away. He would have been able to use a redeploy and probably kind of sacrifice one of his heroes to potentially blockade my guys, or to just kind of get Kairos the heck out of there. But yeah, thankfully he doesn't have to worry about that, so we are going to get into Disciples of Tzeentch, turn 2.
Alright, so for my agenda, I'm going to be trying to go for Mass Conjuration. If I can get 2 casts off on 9+, Kairos gets +1 to his casting, which is pretty good. For my battle tactic, I chose Conquer. So we rolled the Prime, it became this one, so I kind of want to try and take that away from his smaller Gargant there. I do have some spells I can sling. He's got 7 wounds left. It's going to be close, but that's kind of the play I'm going for.
Risky. No risk, no reward though,
Yeah.
right? Alright.
So yeah, I'm going to be going into my spell casting phase next. I'm just going to try and plan it out, and then we'll get back to you. Real quick, I'm just going to be trying to give a command point to Kairos. He gets it.
So he gets an extra CP. And then again, I am going to just give 1 free Unbind attempt on my general, because he can kind of reach all of the casters here.
Yeah, also, just to go over my fate points here, I've got 6 so far. My 2 banners did generate me some this game, so I'm going to be trying to do some summoning this turn as well.
Alright. Give her.
Alright, so we've got the Changeling there. We're going to be trying to go for Arcane Transformation, so I need 6. Oh, doesn't go off. Alright, so first spell we're going to be trying to go for is Arcane Transformation, which gives him a buff. We get it on a 6. It's going to give him +1 to hit and wound.
Ooh, should we stop that one? We're going to try and stop that one. Oh. We stop that one.
Alright, and then we'll try and go for Unchecked Mutation for 6. Goes off.
Gets off, and we are out of on.
So it'll do on a 3+. It'll do D3 mortal wounds. Ooh. Does for 3, and then on a 3+, it'll do another additional D3 mortal wounds.
Does
for 2.
2 more, so it does 5 total. Ouch! So he's only got 2 wounds left.
Good job, Changeling.
Looking a lot better for the Changeling's mission so far. All right, now we go over to Fate Weaver.
Alright, Fate Weaver's just going to be throwing some damage spells here. We just kind of want to weaken this guy over here. So first spell, we're going to just do Gift of Change, which is a Warp Charge of 7. This goes off on a 10. It just does 6 mortal wounds.
Ouch. Right, we got to find 6 dice for me.
Yeah.
And then see what 6 upward for my general. He's going to take another 6 wounds, bringing him to 12 wounds on him so far.
Also going to go for we're going to steal his Pink Fire of Tzeentch, so we need it on a Warp Charge of 9 now. Goes off on a 10.
That's it.
We're going to take a Fate die, make it 4 damage.
So 4 more mortals on my general. Looking for 6s. No 6s. So we're going to take 4 more mortals, and we'll get that wound over added to him.
And then finally, we have the Tzeentch Firestorm, Warp Charge 9. Does not go off.
Does not go off.
So that's the end of Kairos. I'm just going to think about what I want to do with my other characters first. Alright, so my change caster is going to be trying to cast Cogs so that Kairos can cast another spell. So I need a 6. Goes off.
Yeah, no one binds, so Chronomatic Cogs joins the party.
I'll grab that later. And then, so he didn't get it on a 9, so he can't cast another spell, unfortunately. So we're going to move to the Thaumaturge. And we're going to be trying to give him Infusion Arcanum on a Warp Charge of 5. Goes off. So that's going to give him, I believe it's +1 attack. But I'll double check on that. And then 4 for a Flaming Weapon, which he gets.
Gets it. It's +1 damage on those nasty horns.
And then with Cogs, we're going to be just trying to do our last damage spell, Bolt of Tzeentch, into his general there. Which goes off on a 12.
Perfect.
And we'll just roll for it, because I don't have any good Fate die. For 1.
1 more mortal wound. 6 up, save me. Yeah! Alright, there's got the Chronomatic Cogs set up now. And lastly, we're going to see what the Grey Beret Shaman has to say.
So he's going to be trying to just put Mystic Shield on Kairos.
Okay.
Goes off.
Gets it with an 8.
And he also has Ghost Mist. We're just going to be trying to make this terrain invisible because we want to get an extra spell.
Okay.
Gets it.
Gets it. So it gets you to 13 fate points.
Yes, sir.
All right. Definitely going to be some summoning at the end of Tzeentch movement phase when we will return.
Alright, so I kind of moved up my pinks to just try and block off as much as I can to try and keep my main casters alive. I sent up the Screamers that way so Kragnos can't really go around. He kind of has to go through all of this if he wants to fight. I also brought in some blues over there for summoning to help out the Changeling just in case he whiffs. Hopefully do some damage with shooting, and then go into charge phase and see if we can clean up, especially the smaller one there.
All right, let's go into Tzeentch shooting phase. All right, and just going through that really quickly because that's a lot of Tzeentch fire shots. So really quickly, the blue horrors managed to do 1 wound, getting the main crusher down to 1 wound remaining. So don't mess it up, Changeling. And then the pinks over here, a few bounced off Kragnos, doing no damage, and then he managed to get 2 more wounds in on my general Mega-gargant there. So he's taken 18 wounds now, almost half health for him. All right, now we're going to go into Disciples of Tzeentch charge phase, and I think these blue horrors are going to try and back up the Changeling into my man crusher. They're looking for a 9.
No.
They do not get it.
That's all the charges I'm gonna do.
Alright, so let's get into combat. Changeling, let's go. Alright, so before we get into combat, my Man Crusher tried to roar the Changeling. He failed to roar him, so Jesse is going to...
Yeah, I'm going to be using all that attack. I do have 4 attacks because I have +1 attack because of Arcane Transformation. So I've got 4 attacks sitting on 2s, wounding on 3s, -1 rend.
Alright, here we go.
I'll just reroll that one.
I am absolutely all out defense in the hopes I stay alive. 1 hit.
Wounds, -1.
-1, so +1, -1, so back to a 5 up. Oh, and it gets through.
D3, don't think it matters.
So that'll kill him. But then we get to roll off and see where my Man Crusher might get to fall. So he gets a 1.
I'll just send him backwards.
Yeah, so he is not going to fall anywhere important to help me out. And the Man Crusher goes down. That's also going to be a bonus point for Jesse for slaying a monster. Alright, so after Disciples of Tzeentch, turn 2, they've kind of concentrated on my left flank, Jesse's right flank, securing the objective in the ruins here. The pink horrors are screening Kragnos very well, so it's going to be really hard for him to kind of make a charge and kind of get over. And Changeling was successful bringing down the Man Crusher, so Jesse was able to get his battle tactic of Conquer over here. With Conquer for 2 points, this being the Alpha primary, another 2 points. Slaying a monster for 5 points, and then the Beta objective over here. Jesse's going to get an amazing 6 points this turn, bringing him up to 10 points to my 4. But now we are going to go into Mega-gargants, turn 2. Okay, for Mega-gargants, turn 2, we're going to do Monstrous Takeover, and we're just going to make sure with my non-general Gatebreaker that we get this objective back here. Probably deal with the Change Caster here, but we want to make sure we get that 2 points and our battle tactic. Alright, and then for heroic action, I'm going to be doing Finest Hour on my general. So let's see what he can do with that, and Jesse is going to...
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing, just getting his command point on my Change Caster.
Got it.
Fails it.
Fails it. So no extra CP for Jesse. Jesse's got 2 CP, and I have 3 CP. Let's get into turn 1. Turn 2, movement phase. Alright, so after my movement phase, I have my standard Gatebreaker swing back around to secure this objective, and then he's going to try and deal with Mr. Changeling over here. My general hopped over these ruins. He's kind of wobbly model a bit on those ruins, just off of them. Just able to fit in past those pinks who wanted to redeploy and kind of block him off, but unfortunately, as you can see, we left the dice there. They only got a cheeky 1, so they did not get to move too far. And then Kragnos hopping down from the ruins again because he's tired of not getting into the fight, so he's going to get in there and hopefully do a lot of damage to some pinks. Alright, so now we're going to go into the shooting for Mega-gargants. So starting off for shooting, Mega-gargant over here is going to just whip his rock into the pinks closest to him, hitting on a 3+, that's a miss. And then my general is just going to throw his rock into his
Change Caster?
Change Caster, that's it. So hitting on a 2. Oh, roll that. Hits. And 2+ to wound, so -3.
Straight through.
So 4 damage. Alright, and with my Man Crusher gun, that's going to be it for shooting, so I'll get back with some charges. Alright, so I'm going to start with my Gatebreaker over here, charging into the Changeling. Gets it with an 8, so he's going to make it no problem. Make sure I don't drag that objective with me. Plunk right into there. I'm just going to do his impact hits right now, so 2+ hits for D6 mortal wounds. And he's going to get 3 mortal wounds there into the Changeling.
Cool. Down to 1 health.
Got 1 health left. Kragnos is going to charge. He's going to get 5, which is more than enough for him. So he's going to go right into here, tagging both of these units of pinks. So he's going to hit both of them for his charge impact. So on a 2+, they can take D6. So first unit hits and does 5 mortal wounds to this unit here. And then for the other unit on the other side, 2+, and he doesn't hit those units. So there's 5 mortal wounds into this unit of pinks here. And then charge him with my general. I believe he's wholly within 12. Let's just double check. And yeah, just double checking, my Mega-gargant is within range for Kragnos, so we will get the 3d6 charge. Alright, so we're going to roll that guy, I'll do that up here. So let's see what he gets. So he's going to go 13. We'll see where he ends up. Alright, so here's where my general ended up. He managed to fit snugly just in there. But unfortunately, Kairos had to use his once per game, changing my 6 into a 1 there because I did have enough distance that I would have been able to tag Kairos, and Jesse really doesn't want me to do that. So my general is going to have to settle for the smaller characters, and we're going to get... Oh, we'll have to do his impact. So he's going to go into the Change Caster, look for a 2+, hits, and he wants D6, 6 mortal wounds, just obliterating him. Alright. Now we're going to get into Mega-gargant's combat phase. Alright, so doing my monstrous actions, I'm going to start with this Mega-gargant, and he's going to try and stomp the changeling and finish off that last wound. Oh. Of course we get a 1. Then we are going to... Who do we want to roar at? I guess we're going to roar at the Thermituge. So I'm 3+, so no command abilities for him. And I guess we, no Titanic duel for Kragnos. Alright, so who are we going to fight with first? Alright, so we're going to start with my general first. He's +1 to hit because of Finest Hour, then -1 to hit because of the Tzeentch.
Locus of Change.
Locus of Change, which gives off a -1 to hit, wholly within 12 of any of heroes. So we're back up to 4, so I think we won't bother all-out attacking. We'll save that for now. So we're going to put all the flail into the Thermituge, and then the stomps and the death grip into the horrors with the blues. Alright, so flail hitting on 4s. It's going to be 6 hits. And wounding on 3s. Should have used my triumph. So 3 wounds, -3.
So I'm +1 to my saves.
Yeah, +1 because of the artifact, so you're at a 4 up, so you're still losing it.
Yep.
So if you all-out defense, you go to a 6 up.
You roared me, didn't you?
I did roar you, so you can't all-out defense. So it goes through, so 9 damage.
Be just enough.
Just enough to kill him. Perfect. And then stomps into the horrors. Both hit. And 3s to wound. So 1 wound, -2. So it's D3 dead. So 2 dead pinks so far. And the death grip hits. And wounds. And again, -3, going to go straight through the armor. For D6. So that's another 5 dead horrors. So 7 dead pinks. And that's going to go into some blues as well. And then we're going to get ready for Tzeentch response. Alright, so after split and split again, this is what's left of that first unit of pink horrors, getting into the brims. And Jesse is going to go with the changeling and try and do some damage into this Mega-gargant.
Alright, so I've got 4 attacks hitting on 3s.
3 hits.
And then wounding on 3s. And I'm actually going to use 3 of my fate dice to make these auto wound. So 3 saves at -1 rend.
Whew. So 5 ups. It's going to stop 1. And then another D3 damage each.
Yeah.
For 6 damage.
Nice job.
Alright, so 6 ups because he has the Amulet of Destiny. And he stops none of those. So that's going to be 6 damage onto my Mega-gargant. And then we are going to go with the mighty Kragnos next. Alright, so going with Kragnos next, we're going to go and use all-out attack to really get some damage in with his Dread Mace, and that's going to make us hit on 2s. So 6 attacks hitting on 2s. Those are all hit. And wounding on 2s. Whoop. It's going to be 5 at -3.
Straight through it.
So that is 20 damage. Woo. Well, so far the mace has cleared the blues and the brims there, but we're going to roll the rest of it out and see how many brims are left over. So the tusks are next, hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s. So 3 at -2, and these are D3 each. So that's going to be 6 more damage. So we got 12 left, and then we have 6 attacks with the hooves. Hitting on 2s because of all out, all hit, and wounding on 2s. Whoa. So it's going to be 5 at -2, so that's another 10 damage. All right, we're going to quickly double check how many
2 left.
brims are left. Oh, 2 brims are left. All right. Almost finished them off. There's still a whole nother unit of 10 paints right beside them, so. Alright, so now it's time for some horror revenge. Alright, so after the pinks pile in, we've got a few going into Kragnos and a couple going into the general there. We're going to start into Kragnos. Look for 4s.
3 so far.
And wounding on 4s. 3. It's going to be 2 ups.
Oh!
Kragnos takes 2. 6 upward. Kragnos takes 2. And then
4 attacks into the
my general.
there. For 1.
For 1. 4 up. And then 6 up. Nope, so he takes another wound. Alright. So going over here with my Mega into the Changeling. 10 attacks with the flail. He is -1 because he is a hero. So hitting on 5s with the flail. 4 hits. And then 3s to wound. 2 wounds, -3, 6 damage.
Goodbye.
That is enough to get him.
Lights out.
Right. And then we have a fiery 2 brims.
4 attacks,
some
though.
revenge against Kragnos here. Alright, let's see it.
All hit. They're mad. And 1 wound.
1 wound. He's
Takes
good.
it. Oh.
2 plus, yeah.
2 plus, 2 plus.
Alright, so that is going to be battle shock for the unit of horrors.
Yeah,
I guess we
I'm
have
just
to
gonna see
double
if I'm in
check
range.
if we have range.
Yeah.
So you can still pass them around.
So we'll use a command point to do that for sure.
Yep, for sure, because that's going to be the end of the turn. Because we're going to lose the rest of our CP here. Alright, so we won't even wait. Let's get right into that priority roll here. Alright, for turn 3. 3. Double turn for Megas. This is not good for Tzeentch. Alright, really quickly, just going over Mega-gargants objectives for turn 2. So we secured the Alpha objective for 2 points. Got Monstrous Takeover here as well for 2 points. And then we also got the middle Beta objective for another point, getting us 5 points this turn. Bringing it the score 9 for the Mega-gargants and 10 for Tzeentch. Alright, let's get into it. With Mega-gargants getting the priority, all the objectives in Tectonic Interference are primed, so none of them are going to disappear going into turn 3, and we're just going to see which one is the Alpha objective here for you. So 1, 2, and then 3 over here. So D3,
Nice.
So it is going to go back over to here, which is perfect for Tzeentch, so let's see what Mega-gargants can do going into turn 3. Alright, so battle tactic for Mega-gargants this turn is going to be Broken Ranks. Going to finish off the unit of 2 Brimstones, so that should be easy enough. And then we're going to try to do the... Oh, I guess I can't do the new Heroic Recovery because I am in close combat. So I'm just going to get an extra CP on my Mega-gargant over here. So look for a 4+. Gets it.
Cool. I'm just going to be trying to get one on Kairos.
Doesn't get it. Alright. And then we're going to get into Mega-gargant movement. Alright, so after movement phase, still locked in with my General and Kragnos with the pinks. Just move this Mega-gargant over here to deal with the blue horrors on the flank here. Could have really brought him over into the middle to help out more, but with the blues being here and the screamers being so fast, it's kind of either deal with one or the other, but one of them is going to get on this objective if I try and leave it and deal with the other one. So I'm just going to deal with the blues here and then let Jesse react with his screamers there. Alright, so we're going to get into some quick shooting. So Mega-gargant here is just going to whip a rock into the blues. He misses, of course. And then my General Mega is going to try and throw into the pinks. And he gets a 1 as well. Getting rid of that dice.
Good start, good start.
Alright, so then charges for my Mega-gargant over here. He's just going into the blues. Gets it with a 9. He gets in there, no problem. And then we're going to roll his Mega-gargant impact. So 2+ hits. And gets 4 mortal wounds into the blues to start. And then just for doing our monstrous actions, we're going to roar into the pinks and stomp the pinks. I'm going to roar with my general on a 3+, so they can't use command abilities. And then Kragnos is going to stomp them, and of course he's going to miss that. Alright, so then... And nothing left to do over here, because I can't Tectonic duel or destroy anything with my Gatebreak over against the blues. We're going to start with Kragnos and get that dreaded mace going. We're going to use our lovely all-out attack to make him hit on 2s. So 6 attacks hitting on 2s. Got 5 hits. Wounding on 2s. So 5 straight through. That is another 20 damage. We're just going to pick up those pinks, and then we'll calculate as we smash through with the rest of Kragnos' attacks and see what's left over for split and split again. Just going to do the hooves next. Do the 6 dice again. So hitting on 2s, 6 hits, 2s again. So 5 wounds. That's another 10 damage because they are -2.
And it's probably going to split into those for your other attacks.
Right, and then yeah, we had to go into to finish off the brims. Got to remember our battle tactic here. 1 hit, and it wounds. And it's D3 for 2. Quick save, thanks Jesse.
No worries.
So yeah, so that is going to be 30 damage to the pinks from Kragnos, and then finishing off those brims. So we'll get back after we do that split and split again there. Yeah. Also, just while Jesse's doing that, we realized that my general is wounded, and he would have degraded last turn, so he would have had 1 less attack with his Forticrusher Flail. So we re-rolled that real quickly off camera, and he was still able to kill the Ogre Thaumaturge of Jesse. So shouldn't mess with anything, and we should be okay. And now we'll remember that he has his 1 less attack this turn. Alright, so after split and split again, we got 10 blues left over and 10 brims, and they're about to go into my General Mega there, so let's see what they can do.
Looking for 4s.
Kind of average, kind of not.
Kind of. I'll take it.
Yep.
That's not so bad.
So
You can just roll them.
7 for 4s, and
3.
then look for 6s.
Cool.
It takes 3 more, so it's going up to 22. Alright. Time for his response. Oh, I guess, sorry, yeah, we still have the blues.
Only 9.
Kragnos.
Do those real quick here.
Just real quick.
That's a 2.
2. 2+. Whoop, 1.
Takes 1.
6 up. Yep, takes another 1. So that is the 3rd one for Kragnos. Now, time for the general response. So I'm actually going to go with my Mega-gargant over here, even though hopefully these horrors wouldn't do too much damage. Smart order of operations says I should go with him first. So hitting on 4s with his flail. Hit 6 times. And that's going to be straight through for 15 damage. So there's 5 left so far. And then I'm going to do 2 stomps. Both hit. Both wound. And that's another 3. So there's 2 left. And then the Death Grip hits. Wounds, D6, looking for a 2+. And that will finish off that squad of horrors. No more horrors left. And then that's it for Jesse's attacks. So we get to go with our general. So we're going to go with him. Going to go with the flail. Looking for 3s. Oh, quickly get rid of that. Alright, so now we're going to get to go with the general. So he's getting his 9 attacks into the horrors, hitting on 4s here.
Oof.
Only 3. Ouch. Okay.
Ooh. It's not okay.
So 1, so 3 damage so far. It's 2 stomps, both hit. 3s, 1 wounds for another D3. So 5 so far. And then Death Grip hits, Death Grip wounds, and D6 for 6. So what is that? It's 11?
Yep.
So 11 dead horrors there.
3.
Alright, and then after split and split again, we've got down to the brims, but they've only lost 1 brim, so they're going to pass them around no problem. And that's going to be it for Mega-gargants top of turn 3. So for scoring, we're still going to hold the 2 beta objectives. We're also going to get broken ranks with a monster for a bonus point. So we're going to get 5 points this turn, bringing us up to 14 to 10 over the Disciples of Tzeentch. Now we're going to go into Disciples of Tzeentch, turn 3. Alright, so turn 3 for Tzeentch, they're going to go for aggressive expansion. Jesse's going to try and, already has 1 objective here, but he's going to try and shoot those screamers over here and secure that objective because they're both not entirely within his zone. And then a bit of a long shot, but he's going to try overthrow leaders and see if he can't try and finish off my general with some awesome casting rolls here from Kairos.
Cool. So let's start off with his Gift of Change. So we're looking for Warp Charge 8. Doesn't work. That's bad.
Not a good start.
We're going to go with Bolt of Tzeentch, which is 7. Goes off on a 12.
Going to get it.
So it just does D6. I'll reroll it, cock technically. For 2.
2 mortal wounds. And that's into general?
Yep.
Just going to select dice. Oh, no, those are both going to go through.
And then we'll do Tzeentch Firestorm. We need a 9. Goes off on a 10. So we roll 9 dice, any 6s.
I'll use my once per unbind here. I guess what was your hero action too? Oh, still goes off. Just tied it.
I'll just try and get a command point on him there.
Yeah, and see on Fate we
Nope.
No.
7, 8, 9. So we're looking for 6s here. Any 6s do D3 mortal wounds. Not too bad.
2. So 3.
Yep.
And 6s. No 6s.
Cool. We're going to try and cast Mystic Shield onto Kairos from the Bry Shaman.
Okay.
Goes off. And he'll also just charge up an Arcane Bolt.
Got it. And that goes off.
Yep.
Alright, that's it for casting.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we'll be back after Tzeentch movement phase, turn 3. Okay, so end of Tzeentch movement, the Screamers have zipped over to this objective here to help Jesse get his battle tactic, making sure to stay outside of 9 inches so my Mega-gargant can't redeploy and take that objective back.
I also did use 3 for my Fate die just to make sure I got in range.
Yeah.
If I rolled a 1, I would have been in with a 9, letting him redeploy, which could get him into the objective. I really don't want that.
Yeah. And then the Great Brave Shaman has to do the brave thing and attempt to charge into my Mega-gargant here, because with measuring, if I get a chance to pile in more this way, I can get within range of this objective, and again would deny Jesse his battle tactic for the turn. So as that Great Brave Shaman can make that charge in there, he can kind of stop my pile in from getting any closer. And then Kairos doing Kairos things, he's off well out of harm's way, but ready to just fling more magical attacks at my Mega-gargants and Kragnos. Alright, so we're going to do the Brimstones. shooting attacks, and they're all going into my general.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looking for 5s and 4s. I'm just going to pick out the...
We go to good ones. Lots of misses.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing from the brims, but they're just saving it for close combat. Alright, so charges. Let's see that mighty charge from the Great Gray Shaman. Looking for that 3 or higher.
We're going to use a...
We're going to have to use that command point.
You know what? We'll use
some fate dice
Fate
just
dice.
to make sure. And he's going to go 5.
Basically just...
Bring him around. Yep, and just hold him up there. Awesome. Alright, so going into Tzeentch, combat. So, after Brimstones, get ready for some combat. Going into my general here. Look for 4s.
Doing alright, doing alright. Reroll that one.
That's better.
And then 4s. For 5.
He stops 3, and then 6s. Stops 1 more, so it takes 1 more wound. It's going to bring him up to 28. And then into Kragnos.
Kragnos. Just cut it and redo it.
Alright, so 8 brims into Kragnos.
Not too bad, guys.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the guy with the 2+, but he has rolled a couple of 1s so far.
So 3.
3. Yeah, so 2+. Oh yeah, he's good. Alright, so now we're going to go...
Very important roll.
Yeah, very important. Really realizing if Kragnos can remove all of the brims, my Mega-gargant will have enough room to pile around and get within range here. So if
kind of want to make sure they live.
Kragnos gets rid of these guys, we are in a really good spot. All right, so going with Kragnos, going to use all-out attack and going to start with his Dread Mace.
2 misses.
2 misses. And 2s to wound. So that's 12 damage so far.
Okay.
2. And then the stomps. Whoa. 3 misses. And that's another 4 damage. So
okay.
And then the 3 tusks. 3 hits. 2s. 3 wounds. These are D3 each for 6 more damage. But also backtracking, I would get to do a monstrous action, so I'll try to stomp. That would finish off those other 2, so I needed 2 or more, so 2 more. So I will get those from the previous. Should have done that, proper order of operations, but we like to fix those mistakes.
Cool.
And
go with the Brash Shaman.
yeah, go with into Brash Shaman.
Alright, so the we're gonna go with the Fetish Staff from the Brash Shaman. Hitting on 4s.
Woo.
Hits. And moving on 3s. Wounds. -1.
So 5 up.
Is fine.
Stops it. Alright, and then my Mega-gargant is going to pile in and get around, and then we're going to double check and see if he did get within range. Alright, and then after the pile in, it is just outside of 6 inches from a Mega-gargant to steal this objective from the Shaman. Alright, so got right into his attacks.
Gonna try and rip the Brash Shaman to shreds.
Yeah, so going with the flail. Hitting on 3s because you're a character. And 3s again. Whoa. That's a lot of 2s. But 3 should be enough. -3, 9 damage.
Boop.
Bye-bye, Shaman.
Got booped.
He did well, though. Alright, and that is going to be the end of Tzeentch turn 3. They're going to get still hold the alpha objective for 2 points. secure a beta objective for 3 points, and then get their battle tactic for another 2 points, getting 5 points this turn. So sneak into first place again, 15 to 14 in favor of Tzeentch. And then we're going to do a quick priority roll here because it might seal Tzeentch's fate if they don't get a double here.
Yeah.
Got a 6.
I think that's game.
So yeah, I think we'll quickly just kind of talk it out and see where things would end up. With Tzeentch now not getting the priority, I'd be able to lock down the objectives. Mega-gargant over here would get at the screamers, or he could redeploy. But again, either way, I'm still getting the objective.
I think if I could have got a turn to maybe summon something and then try and block this off, maybe I'd be in the game for another turn. But at this point, I think it's safe to say that Tzeentch had been defeated. But at least Kairos got out safely.
Yeah, Kairos lives to fight another day. Kragnos will have to hunt him down. But really awesome first battle report for us here at Gaming Grotz. We hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please let us know in the comments section, like anything that we can improve upon, anything that you guys think that we missed or should include more of. Please let us know. We're happy to grow and to listen to feedback and to incorporate anything that we can to make our battle reports better for you guys, our viewers. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And also don't forget to, if you're in the London area, check out Game Night. They're one of our local gaming stores. These guys are awesome. Tristan Mitchell there runs an awesome store. So if you're ever in town, feel free to check them out. They have an awesome gaming space and some great supplies. Well, that's it for us today here at Gaming Grotz. Have a great night, guys.
Good night, guys.